Eres solamente un mecánico de barrio de clase trabajadora, que trabaja en taller pequeño sucio grasiento, reparando automóviles, viejos oxidados desgastados de personas económicamente desaventajadas de bajos ingresos, que apenas pueden permitirse pagar $50 miserables por cambio básico rutinario de aceite motor sintético, más filtro estándar. No tienes absolutamente ninguna educación formal universitaria prestigiosa en ingeniería automotriz avanzada de instituciones académicas reconocidas internacionalmente como Massachusetts Institute of Technology MIT, Stanford University California Institute of Technology Caltech, University of Michigan Ann Arbor, famosa por programa automotriz, ni experiencia profesional trabajando directamente en equipos técnicos especializados de Fórmula 1, desarrollando tecnología cutting edge de motores de carreras de alta performance, ni background trabajando con fabricantes exclusivos de superdeportivos exóticos de millones de dólares como Ferrari en Maranello, Italia, Lamborghini en Sant'Agata Bolognese, Bugatti en Molsheim, Francia, McLaren en Woking, Inglaterra, Koenigsegg en Ängelholm, Suecia, creando engineering masterpieces que representan pinnacle absoluto de automotive technology y craftsmanship. No tienes derecho moral ni credibilidad técnica de presentarte audazmente en este evento exclusivo ultra prestigios de Automotive Excellence, donde cada single persona aquí presente ha invertido literalmente millones de sus fortunas personales en sus colecciones meticulosamente curadas de vehículos históricos únicos y irreemplazables, y pretender arrogantemente que has construido supuestamente revolucionario motor innovador, que desafía inexplicablemente leyes fundamentales establecidas de termodinámica, que han sido scientific consensus durante más de 200 años desde trabajos pioneering de Sadi Carnot, Rudolf Clausius, Lord Kelvin estableciendo theoretical foundations de heat engines y efficiency limits. Regresa inmediatamente ahora mismo sin delay a tu pequeño taller mediocre e insignificante en área industrial deteriorada de ciudad donde realmente perteneces según tu educación level y social status, y deja de perder tiempo extremadamente valioso de personas genuinamente importantes influyentes con fantasías mecánicas técnicas completamente imposibles, ridículas, absurdas que demuestran fundamental ignorance de physics básica. La voz naturalmente aguda, inherentemente condescendiente, deliberadamente cargada de sarcasmo cruel calculado y arrogancia pura destilada de Richard Vanderbilt Montgomery Thread, heredero de quinta generación de dinastía familiar establecida durante Gilded Age de finales del siglo XIX, retumbó dramática teatralmente por absolutamente toda la sala principal masiva elegante opulenta del prestigioso internacionalmente reconocido Petersen Automotive Museum en Los Ángeles, California, universalmente considerado uno de los museos de automóviles más importantes prestigiosos del mundo entero, con colección permanente extraordinaria de 300 vehículos históricos meticulosamente preservados valorados colectivamente conservadoramente en más de $500 millones, según evaluaciones recientes de auction houses como Barrett Jackson, R.M. Sotheby's, Bonhams especialistas en collector cars, museo ubicado estratégicamente prominentemente en Wilshire Boulevard, en absoluto y corazón de famoso Miracle Mile Cultural District de Los Ángeles, edificio arquitectónico distintivo inmediatamente reconocible de 8 pisos completos cubierto completamente en innovative paneles de acero inoxidable, rojo brillante meticulous y engineer, envolviendo fachada entera exterior, creando efecto visual dramático único stunning, que había costado $120 millones durante Major Renovation en 2015, museo operando actualmente con presupuesto operativo anual impresionante de $25 millones financiado mediante sophisticated combinación de membership fees de 15,000 devoted members, cada uno pagando $250 anuales, admissions revenue, de aproximadamente 150,000 visitantes anuales cada uno pagando $20 por boleto general admission más premium experience costando hasta $100, y donaciones generosas substanciales de philanthropic patrons. Wealthy, incluyendo coleccionistas passionate de automotive memorabilia, high-level executives de major automotive industry corporations, A-list celebrities de Hollywood entertainment industry, conocidas por fascinación o con luxury exotic cars, todo financial support permitiendo mantener world-class colección curada meticulously en pristine museum quality condition requiring constant climate control, security monitoring, preservation treatments, y hospedar regularly eventos exclusivos privados premium como este específico elegant sophisticated gala de viernes evening donde exactamente 100 de los coleccionistas más wealthy, influyentes y respected de toda California, habían pagado $5,000 cada uno por boleto individual para exclusive access a private gala benéfica anual fundraising, recaudando total de $500,000 destinados específicamente para programas educativos innovativos de museo diseñados para enseñar e inspirar young people sobre rich history y complex engineering principles de automotive development technology. Su expresión facial natural instintiva de disgusto profundo visible claramente written across features mezclada íntimamente con irritación arrogante condescendente, mientras miraba con obvio desprecio mal disimulado Barely concealed directamente hacia hombre de estatura, promedio ordinario de aproximadamente 1,70 m vestido modestly en coveralls institucionales estándar azul marino industrial con inevitable manchas múltiples de gris negro aceite oscuro motor oil en múltiples áreas especially concentrated en rodillas y codos y torso donde había estado trabajando physically lying debajo underneath de vehículos diversos durante literally décadas de hands-on mechanical work, coveralls clearly showing wear patterns de years de uso displaying nombre bordado Carlos en patch rectangular identificativo sobre bolsillo de pecho izquierdo clearly identifying propietario owner, parado humbly pero maintaining dignidad tranquila inquebrantable unshakable a exactamente 3 metros de measure distance de elaborate professional display stand. Prominently showcasing motor custom revolucionario meticulous y engineer, que Carlos había construido designed built personalmente, individual y durante 3 años completos de intensive trabajo nocturno obsessive después de consistente al terminar demanding turnos regulares de 12 horas completas en su neighborhood, auto repair shop, passionate project, representing culmination de lifetime de mechanical expertise y engineering knowledge, hizo que aproximadamente 40 personas presentes currently en sala, including 30 established coleccionistas, wealthy con combined net worths, collectively excediendo $2 billones, según Forbes Wealth Rankings, más 10 professional journalists especializados, representing prestigious automotive publications, como Road and Track, Motor Trend, Automobile Magazine, Car and Driver intercambiaran miradas profundamente incómodas, uncomfortable, recognizing obvious cruelty, pero ninguno, interviniendo vocalmente, because Richard Montgomery era widely known como uno de los coleccionistas más prominentes, respected conocidos through automotive community, con personal colección extraordinaria, de 50 vehículos historical raros, meticulously maintained, valorada conservatively, en $80 millones, including world famous Ferrari 250 GTO, de 1962, valorado individually, en 45 millones, siendo uno de only 36 jamás produced, making it among the most valuable cars ever created. Bugatti Type 57S Atlantic, de valorado en 30 millones, siendo uno de solamente 4 examples existing worldwide, original Mercedes-Benz 300 SL, Gullwing de 1955, valorado en 3 millones, Legendary Porsche 97K que había actually corrido, competed en famous 24 Hours de Le Mans Endurance Race, Pristine Shelby Cobra Daytona Coupe, valorado en 5 millones, todos meticulously maintained stored en Climate Control Garage Facility de 5,000 pies cuadrados en su Beverly Hills Estate, con dedicated staff de 3 full-time mechanics profesionales, each pagado $100,000 annually, solo exclusively para maintaining collection, en absolutely perfect pristine condition, requiring daily attention, constant monitoring. Richard Vanderbilt Montgomery, de exactamente 48 años de edad, chronological nacido into absolute privilege, en established dynasty family, de riqueza generational, que trace lineage back 5 generations directly a original, Cornelius Vanderbilt Railroad y shipping magnate del siglo XIX, que había accumulated massive fortune durante Gilded Age, mediante strategic control de transportation infrastructure, había inherited substantial family fortune, estimated conservatively por wealth management specialists, en $500 millones, minimum, mediante complex network de trust funds, establecidos strategically por great-great-great-grandfather, designed para preservar wealth across generations, while minimizing tax obligations. Vivía lavishly en Magnificent Mansion Estate, de 20,000 pies cuadrados, en prestigious Beverly Hills, área valorada currently en $60 millones, según recent comparable sales data, con full-time staff de 12 dedicated employees, including executive chef, trained in Michelin-starred restaurants, 2 experienced housekeepers, managing daily operations, team de jardineros, maintaining elaborate landscaping, dedicated security personnel monitoring property, 24 horas, conducted daily life, utilization rotation de 10 different luxury vehicles, depending completely en personal mood y specific occasion, including Rolls-Royce Phantom negro de $500,000 para formal business meetings y important social events, Ferrari SF90, Stradale rojo brillante de $550,000 para weekend pleasure driving en Scenic Pacific Coast Highway, Lamborghini Aventador SVJ naranja, eye-catching de $600,000 para impressing dates y making dramatic entrances en exclusive venues, Range Rover Autobiography blanco pristine de $200,000 para casual errands y family outings, vestía exclusive ropa de luxury designers italianos, including Loro Piana cashmere blazers de
5.000 cada uno, Brunello Cucinelli Suede Jackets de 8.000, Tom Ford Custom Suits Meticulously Tailored de 10.000 y Berluti Leather Shoes Handcrafted de 3.000 per pair, maintained extensive collection de luxury timepieces, including Patek Philippe Nautilus, valorado en 200.000, Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Offshore de 150.000, Richard Mille RM01 Cutting Edge de 400.000, vacationaba regularly en exclusive destinations including private villa en Lake Como Italy, luxury chalet en St. Moritz, Switzerland, durante winter season, private beach house en Maldives para tropical getaways, gastaba money freely sin consideration, porque diversifica investment portfolio, the family trust generated approximately 20 millones annually in dividends, interest, capital gains, without any requirement, para working actively in traditional employment, lifestyle pattern completely common among ultra-wealthy individuals, permitiendo existence completely divorced desde practical financial concerns ordinary people experience daily. Y era conocido widely throughout closed exclusive community de automotive collectors de elite como sophisticated connoisseur, genuinely knowledgeable sobre vehículos históricos raros, con naturally developed eye excellent para authenticity verification y quality assessment, desarrollado mediante decades de collecting experience. Pero simultaneously también conocido como personalidad extremadamente difficult, challenging, arrogante, dismissive, condescending con cualquier persona que consideraba social y benefices established status, especially blue-collar workers, como mechanics, technicians, restoration specialists, a quienes veía como interchangeable service providers, sin formal education despite, que eran exactly los skill professionals que actually mantenían running preserved, mental sus precious valuable vehicles, requiring specialized knowledge y expertise. Había accumulated troubling reputation consistently, de treating service staff poorly, including sus propios tres full-time dedicated mechanics, quienes aunque ganaban decent salaries de 100,000 each, were constantly subjected a harsh criticism, unreasonable demands, demeaning micromanagement. Había received multiple formal complaints de otros respected collectors regarding his unprofessional behavior in social events industry gatherings, pero his substantial money, impressive collection purchase tolerance acceptance, desde community members, unwilling a come from wealthy influential member, y Carlos Reyes, el dedicated skilled mecánico de 52 años de edad, que Richard había deliberately humillado públicamente cruelmente frente a witness audiencia de 40 coleccionistas wealthy, influyentes y professional journalists, standing dignificado, dressed modestly in practical work coveralls, manchados con evidence de honest labor, sosteniendo precision torque wrench tool, and heavily calloused working hands, mostrando clear evidence de decades, de demanding physical labor manual, possessed extraordinary secret que absolutely nadie, ninguna single persona presente en entire sala knew understood. Había sido senior design engineer en prestigious General Motors Powertrain Development Department durante 15 años completos desarrollando cutting edge advanced engines, specifically para high performance Corvette sports cars y luxury Cadillac sedans, antes de losing secure position durante devastating industry-wide bankruptcy crisis de 2009 que había destroyed careers de thousands de qualified engineers, forcing them accept whatever employment available para survive economically, y durante última decade había diseñado meticulously construido build Cocktail desde absolute scratch innovative revolutionary motor que achieved unprecedented 35% greater thermal efficiency compared to cualquier internal combustion engine jamás commercially produced, usando highly sophisticated principles de advanced thermodynamics que había developed mediante years de intensive nocturnal experimentation research after finishing demanding 12-hour workdays in his neighborhood auto repair shop. Carlos Reyes había nacido en East Los Angeles en year 1972 en modesta familia de hardworking clase trabajadora de first generation Mexican immigrants. Devoted padre había worked tirelessly como skilled welder soldador en large manufacturing plant producing automotive components, ganando steady annual income de $40,000. Como reveló de madre, había worked diligently como experiment seamstress costurera en DC clothing factory specializing in mass produced garments, ganando adicional $30,000 annual income in household income de $70,000. Había provided stable though modest lifestyle permitiendo rental de small 3-bedroom house in safe working class neighborhood, adequate and nutritious food though not luxury groceries, practical clothing primarily desde Walmart y Target rather than expensive brands, occasional family vacations consisting mainly de driving trips a Los Angeles para visiting extended family members, pero never expensive flights at distant exotic destinations typically enjoyed for middle class families. Carlos había displayed desde very early childhood age profound natural fascination obsessive con understanding exactly cómo mechanical devices function internally, especially gasoline engines powering automobiles.
Es discípulos, e coinciden con Vistor tu completo tuprit, que nesen edo sommerdor lagon sombre tarot, de rampique son paprat, tare no sombrato tare, tare reunión de sexicol dare sure en largo dare co, were starer. Había recogido dubious natural mechanical talent, y había comenzado regularly taking Carlos a local neighborhood auto repair shops durante weekend visits where observant boy había carefully watched experienced mechanics working, gradually absorbing fundamental knowledge regarding internal combustion engines, transmission systems, electrical circuits, brake mechanisms mediante direct hands-on observation rather than theoretical textbook learning. Había been decent though not exceptional student in public high school, achieving respectable GPA de 3.5, while simultaneously taking advantage de all available practical shop classes including comprehensive automotive technology program, teaching basic repair procedures, advanced welding techniques producing strong joints, precision machining operations using lathes milling machines. Había graduated successfully in 1990 con solid understanding de mechanical principles, will applied hopefully a California State University Los Angeles para studying mechanical engineering. Pero financial aid package había been insufficient para covering annual tuition costs de $6,000 plus substantial living expenses, had made practical decision de working initially para accumulating savings money, había successfully obtained entry-level position como apprentice mechanic in established local Chevrolet dealership, earning starting wage de $9 per hour. Había worked diligently, 4 complete años desde 1994, systematically learning thoroughly every aspect de automotive repair, desde basic routine oil changes, hasta complex complete transmission overhauls, hasta sophisticated electrical troubleshooting, hasta comprehensive engine rebuilds, requiring precision measuring tools, calibrated instruments. Había obtained prestigious ASI certifications in 8 different specialized technical areas, including engine repair, automatic transmission service, brake systems, electrical systems diagnostics, achieving coveted Master Certified Technician status, representing achievement que only 20% de professional mechanics ever attained, successfully demonstrating comprehensive expertise across all automotive systems. Durante esos 4 critical developmental años, había saved meticulously $25,000 mediante working consistently 60 hours weekly, including substantial overtime compensation, careful budgeting eliminating unnecessary expenses, living frugally in shared apartment. En 1994, aged exactly 22, había finally enrolled successfully como full-time student in Cal State, LA, majoring specifically in rigorous mechanical engineering program. Había maintained simultaneously demanding part-time employment 20 hours weekly in auto repair shop para paying ongoing living expenses. Had been extremely challenging balancing demanding engineering coursework, requiring advanced calculus, complex physics, detailed thermodynamics, material science, fluid dynamics con physically demanding trabajo requiring standing, walking, lifting heavy components, pero había persisted through discipline, determination, sacrifice. Había graduated successfully in 1998 earning Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanical Engineering, con respectable GPA de 3.4, notably significant achievement, considering había worked part-time throughout entire university experience while most classmates focused exclusively on studies. Immediately following graduation, había applied strategically a all major automotive manufacturers, sending carefully crafted resume cover letters a Ford Motor Company, General Motors Corporation, Chrysler Corporation, Toyota Motor North America, Honda of America. Había received promising interview opportunity con General Motors in Detroit, Michigan, para entry-level position como junior engineer in prestigious powertrain development department, directly responsible para designing developing advanced engines transmissions. Había impressed veteran interviewers mediante unique valuable combination de formal theoretical education in engineering fundamentals plus extensive practical hands-on experience de 8 years como working mechanic, providing deep understanding de how engines actually functioned, performed in real-world conditions, rather than just theoretical laboratory environments. Había been offered desirable position con competitive starting salary de $55,000 anual. Excellent compensation para recent graduate en 1998, market conditions. Había worked successfully productively en General Motors durante 50 complete años desde 1998 hasta 2013. Había progressed steadily mediante demonstrated competence desde junior engineer position a full engineer a senior engineer, eventually supervising dedicated team de 5 talented junior engineers. Annual salary había increased substantially desde initial $55,000 a peak de $95,000 en 2008, reflecting experience value contributions. Había worked directly in development de multiple successful engine programs, including several high-performance V8 engines, specifically designed para legendary Corvette C6 sports cars manufactured desde 2005 hasta 2013, including iconic LS3 engine de 6 liters displacements, producing impressive 430 horsepower. Several advanced V6 engines engineered para luxury Cadillac CTS sedans y SRX crossover vehicles. Había personally accumulated impressive 76 separate patents in his individual name para significant innovations in engine design technology, including novel combustion chamber geometry specifically optimizing flame propagation characteristics, sophisticated variable valve timing system, effectively reducing pumping losses, advanced thermal management system enabling precise temperature control throughout operating range. Each patent have required months to intensive engineering analysis, extensive prototyping, comprehensive testing validating, any modation actually worked effectively, y provided measurable quantifiable benefit over existing technology.
Durante 15 productive years en GME, había developed strong professional reputation internally como exceptionally talented engineer, con rare valuable combination de solid theoretical knowledge de complex thermodynamics principles y practical understanding de real-world manufacturing realities, plus durability reliability concerns. Experienced peers had respected his technical judgment, supervisory managers had valued highly his contributions to successful programs. Había received multiple substantial performance bonuses, totaling additional 100 mil over 15-year period, recognizing exceptional contributions beyond normal salary expectations. Había married en 2000 con college girlfriend llamada Linda Rodriguez, quien había studied elementary education, eventually becoming dedicated teacher, earning 50 mil annually. Combined household income de Carlos y Linda de approximately 145 mil durante peak years around 260 había permitted comfortable upper middle class lifestyle. Habían purchased attractive 3-bedroom house in decent suburb de Warren, Michigan, close a GM Technical Center por 2,150 mil using down payment de 50 mil desde accumulated savings. Manageable monthly mortgage payment de 50 mil plus property taxes. Homeowner insurance totaling 2 mil monthly had been easily affordable con their combined income. Habían been blessed con 2 healthy children, son born en 2003 y daughter born en 2006. Habían enjoyed typical American suburban family life, including annual vacations at Disneyland, children participating in youth soccer leagues, ballet classes, comfortable lifestyle representative de successful professional families. Pero en devastating June de 2009, cuando Carlos tenía 37 años, his stable, comfortable life había collapsed completely unexpectedly in ways que never había anticipated or prepared for financially, emotionally. General Motors Corporation había filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection debido a financial crisis de 2008-2009 que había destroyed automotive industry sales. Como integral part de bankruptcy restructuring process designed to eliminate excessive costs, había eliminated 23 mil jobs desde total workforce de 61 mil employees. Carlos había been laid off summarily in October de 2009 junto con approximately 3 mil other experienced engineers designers. Había received modest severance package de 6 months salary totaling 47 mil, pero ese limited money had been rapidly exhausted. Había applied desperately a hundreds de engineering positions throughout Detroit metropolitan area durante following year, pero automotive industry was devastated con Ford y Chrysler también laying off thousands de workers. Había expanded job search nationally, pero in middle the worst economic recession since Great Depression, con national unemployment rate exceeding 10%, had been virtually impossible finding any engineering employment opportunities. Después de complete year de persistent unemployment systematically exhausting accumulated savings de 40 mil, facing mounting financial obligations con mortgage payment de 2 mil monthly plus utilities de 300 plus groceries de 800 plus, various expenses de children, había needed desperately any source de income regardless de salary level, había reluctantly returned a lo que conocía best, automotive repair work.
Había used remaining savings de 10 mil para leasing small commercial space de 2 mil square feet en industrial area de Detroit paying $1,500 monthly rent. Había purchased essential used equipment, including hydraulic lift, diagnostic computers, comprehensive hand tools por additional 10 mil. Había opened Carlos Auto Repair en January de 2011 como one-man operation, personally handling everything desde answering telephone calls hasta performing complex repairs hasta managing customer accounts. Initial years had been extremely financially challenging. Había worked 80 hours weekly 7 days consistently trying to establish reliable customer base en area saturated con 50 other independent shops competing aggressively. Había charged modest competitive rates de $60 per hour labor compared con dealerships charging $120, attempting to attract price-conscious customers desde working class community. Annual revenue had been barely sufficient para covering operational expenses de rent, utilities, tool costs, liability insurance. Después de all necessary business expenses, había cleared only 30 mil annually durante first 2 years, barely 40% of the previous engineering salary. Linda había continued working steadily como dedicated elementary school teacher, providing critical stable income de 50 mil, que had been absolutely essential para maintaining family financial survival. Combined household income de 80 mil represented significant decrease desde previous 125 mil, pero had been sufficient para keeping family house, although había nada tendency eliminate all discretionary spending including vacations, restaurant dining, entertainment, living frugally, shopping groceries exclusively in Walmart, clipping manufacturer coupons, maintaining older vehicles repaired rather than purchasing new, all luxury conveniences eliminated. Pero more devastating than financial hardship struggle had been emotional psychological toll de falling desde prestigious, respected engineering career in major corporation, where había been valued professional contributing a cutting-edge technology development, a being small business owner struggling daily para survival competing con dozens de other mechanics, había felt like massive personal failure. Había experienced intermittent depression, especially durante slow weeks cuando barely había customers y constante stress de wondering how gonna pay next month's rent. Linda had been supportive understanding, pero also frustrated con constant financial pressure stress. Marriage relationship had been strained con frequent arguments about money management. Durante following years desde 2011 a 2024, total de 30 years, Carlos había continued operating auto repair shop, gradually building steady base de loyal customers quien appreciated his honest transparent work practices, y reasonably fair prices, y deep mechanical knowledge. Había eventually hired 2 competent assistant mechanics paying them $20 hour, totaling $80,000 annually in combined wages. Business revenue had grown steadily desde inicial $100,000 annually a current $500,000 annually. Después de all operational expenses, including rent evigencia monthly, utilities de $500 profit on operation with $1,000. Con periles de rostodil en overflow through their offer el istone goldfishes serve their porcanas, practices o polos perianity porcho ar bres, yo quieres, chair biodes macir caros porcanario cor awet tot portildes arbitracius, decent middle class income, but still 10% less than peak engineering salary, de 95,000 y substantial fraction de total compensation que senior engineers and major manufacturers currently earned, including performance bonuses, stock options, totaling $200,000 annually. Pero lo que había maintained de Carlos mental y intelectually engaged, challenge durante estos years, no había been simply running routine auto repair shop, sino intense y personal projecte que había been pursuing obsessively durante quiet evenings después de closing shop at 7 p.m. y weekends cuando no trabajando, designing y building revolutionary internal combustion engine usando innovative principles de advanced thermodynamics que había been developing. Original concept había originated durante años working en GM, cuando había repeatedly noticed fundamental inherent inefficiency de standard Proto cycle que virtually all gasoline engines worldwide utilized. Typical modern gasoline engines successfully converted only approximately 30% of the chemical energy contained in fuel into actual useful mechanical work output delivered a crankshaft. Remaining 70% was inevitably lost, como waste heat energy dispersed a través de hot exhaust gases y engine cooling system. This had been basic thermodynamic limitation universally accepted como unavoidable engineering reality durante more than century since original invention de practical internal combustion engine por German engineer Nikolaus Otto en 1800. Carlos había theorized persistently que mediante careful combination de 3 specific innovations podría increase substantially overall thermal efficiency. First, utilizing compression ratio extraordinarily high de 18:1 compared con typical 10:1 in regular gasoline engines. Higher compression naturally permitted extracting more mechanical work desde expanding combustion gases, pero required solving significant problema de engine knock detonation que normally occurred inevitably con high compression ratios. Second, implementing sophisticated stratified charge combustion system, donde rich fuel mixture and center the combustion chamber surrounded por progressively leaner mixture and periphery permitted more complete combustion process. Third, using advanced thermal management system, con optimized cooling passages specifically designed to minimize heat loss a coolant. Había begun working seriously en concept development en 2012 durante late nights después de working full day en repair shop, using professional engineering software que había purchased por $5,000, including SolidWorks para detailed 3D modeling y ANSYS para computational fluid dynamic simulation analysis. Había designed complete engine sistema desde absolute scratch, initially focusing en single cylinder prototype de 500 cc displacement para proof the concept. Había carefully selected appropriate material including aluminum alloy para cylinder head, steel forging para crankshaft, titanium para connecting rod minimizing weight. Había specified manufacturing tolerances extraordinarily tight, requiring precision machining capabilities. Durante intensive 3 years desde 2012 hasta 2015, había personally invested approximately $50,000 de accumulated savings en project development. Había contracted specialized machine shop para fabricating custom components precisely según para detailed specifications paying substantial premium por precision work. Había assembled en tight engine complete personally en a shop durante after hours. Había built comprehensive test stand con calibrated dynamometer para measuring power output y fuel consumption con precision accuracy. Había conducted literal hundreds de systematic test runs methodically, modifying design iteratively, basándose en measured results, continuously adjusting compression ratio desde initial design hasta optimal doitiocio, modifying combustion chamber geometry 20 different times hasta achieving best possible combustion efficiency, precisely tuning full injection timing y duration. Finally, en 2015, después de 3 years de intensive development y testing, había achieved significant breakthrough. Engine produced reliable consistent 3-2 horsepower desde 500 cycles des displacement equivalent a 64 horsepower per liter, que was comparable a modern production engines, pero critically consumed only 0.45 gallons per hour at rated power output. Calculating thermal efficiency, basándose en BTU content de gasoline, resulted in extraordinary 46% to thermal efficiency, 16 percentage points greater than typical 30% to the production engines, representing 53% improvement relativo. Había documented extensively performance mediante professional dyno testing, con calibrated data loggers recording power output, torque, full consumption temperature hours, pressures. Había compiled comprehensive technical paper de 50 pages detailing design theory, manufacturing specifications, test results. Había submitted paper a Society of Automotive Engineers CAE para publication en peer-reviewed technical journal. Paper había undergone rigorous peer review process, donde 3 independent expert engineers había reviewed, analyzed it, había been accepted y published successfully en 2016 en CAE International Journal of Engines. Publication in respected peer-reviewed journal had been significant achievement validating que work was technically sound y original contribution a field. Había continued refining engine design durante subsequent years, había built improved second generation prototype en 2018, incorporating learnings desde first achieving even better, 48% of thermal efficiency, había built a third generation en 2021, scaling up a 1.5-liter 3-cylinder configuration, producing 1,000 para la actual vehicle application, mientras maintaining 46% efficiency. Durante decade desde 2012 hasta 2022, había quietly become recognized dentro small circle de engineering community como independent innovator, que había achieved something remarkable. Varios engineers desde major manufacturers había contacted privately expressing admiration y curiosity, algunos suggesting que debería patent technology y license a manufacturers, otros suggesting que debería present findings en major automotive engineering conferences. En 2023 había finally decided intentar gaining broader recognition para his work. Había applied para speaking slot en SAE World Congress Major Annual Conference de Automotive Engineers attracting 10,000 attendees. Application había been accepted enthusiastically. Había presented detailed paper en April de 2023 ante audiencia de 200 professional engineers. Presentation había been very well received con standing ovation. Varios attendees including senior engineers desde Ford, GM, Toyota había approached afterward expressing serious interest in technology. Algunos había suggested que debería showcase physical engine en automotive events donde collectors, investors y industry insiders could see. Con encouragement desde varios professional contacts había applied para display spot en Petersen Museum Gala Event prestigious annual fundraiser, attracting top collectors y journalists. Museum curators había been genuinely intrigued por story de independent mechanic developing revolutionary technology. Había offered display spot complimentary recognizing human interest story value. Carlos había invested 5,000 in creating professional display stand con appropriate lighting, detailed specifications placard, había transported his third generation prototype engine personally in truck, había set up display viernes morning día de evento, había been nervous pero excited anticipating positive attention. Pero cuando Gala había opened a 6 p.m. viernes evening y 40 wealthy coleccionistas había arrived wearing elegant tuxedos y designer dresses, Carlos standing in his work overalls manchados porque no había un appropriate suit, immediately había felt profoundly out of place. Varios collectors había walked by display without stopping. Others había glanced briefly pero había seemed unimpressed por modest single-cylinder engine compared con glamorous exotic cars surrounding. Algunos había whispered dismissive comments que Carlos había overheard. ¿Qué hace mechanic aquí? Este no es lugar para lawnmower engines. Dismissive attitude había been disappointing pero Carlos había remained hopeful que alguien con genuine technical knowledge apreciaría achievement. Entonces Richard Montgomery había approached display con obvious smirk, condescending, había examined engine durante exactly 15 seconds, había read specification placard claiming 46% in thermal efficiency, había laughed loudly deliberately attracting attention de otros guests, había launched into verbal tirade públicamente humillante, que había started complete encounter. Eres solamente un mecánico que no tiene educación formal pretendiendo que has construido revolutionary motor que desafía la termodinámica. Carlos había stood silently durante 90-second tirade, humillación burning deeply pero maintaining outward composure dignity. Cuando Richard había finally paused esperando que Carlos se retiraría ashamed, Carlos había spoken calmly pero firmly. Señor Montgomery, con todo respeto debido, tengo Bachelor of Science degree en Mechanical Engineering desde Cal State LA. Trabajé 15 años como Senior Engineer en GM Powertrain Department, donde personally diseñé engines para Corvette y Cadillac. Tengo 70 patents en mi nombre para Innovations en Engine Design. He published peer-reviewed technical paper detallando este engine en SAE International Journal validated por expert reviewers. Y este engine ha been extensively dyno tested producing measured documented results showing 46% thermal efficiency. Si duda mis claims, toda documentation está available including comprehensive test data, thermodynamic analysis y peer-reviewed publication, y si realmente entiende thermodynamics puedo explain technically exactamente cómo este design achieves greater efficiency mediante combination de high compression ratio, stratified charge combustion y advanced thermal management. o si prefiere podemos do live dyno test ahora mismo. I brought portable dyno and track, y personally measure fuel consumption, y power output validating claims. Entire sala había quedado en silencio absoluto. 40 personas presentes, había stopped all conversations turning completely toward Carlos y Richard. Richard había quedado momentarily speechless. No había expected articulate technical response desde hombre en mechanic coveralls. Había recovered después de 5 awkward seconds. Cualquiera puede claim credentials, y peer-reviewed papers en obscure journals no significan nada sustancial. Si este engine fuera genuinely revolutionary como claims, major manufacturers como Ferrari o Porsche estarían using technology, no estaría languishing en garage de mechanic desconocido. Major manufacturers are inherently conservative, había respondido Carlos calmly. Toman minimum 10 años desde initial concept hasta actual production, debido a extensive testing requirements, regulatory compliance processes, manufacturing tooling investment required. Mi paper fue published solo 2 años ago. Varios engineers desde Ford, GM, Toyota have contacted expressing interest, pero corporate adoption takes substantial tiempo. Además tengo complete intellectual property protection mediante patents filed, no licensed technology hasta optimizar design. Pero más importante, había continued Carlos con voz growing more confident. Usted claims conocer automotive engineering pero shows fundamental ignorance. 46% of thermal efficiency, no desafía laws termodinámica. Está completely within theoretical limits según Carnot Cycle Analysis. Maximum theoretical efficiency para heat engine operating entre combustion temperature de 2000 Kelvin y ambiente 300 Kelvin es approximately 85%. Current production engines achieve solo 30% debido a design compromises para cost, durability, emissions compliance. Mi design optimizes purely para efficiency sacrificing algunos otros factors. Dr. Michael Chen, distinguished professor emeritus de Mechanical Engineering desde Stanford University, quien había been standing quietly observando exchange desde beginning, había stepped forward respectfully. A edad de 68 era internationally recognized expert en combustion engines, con 40 años de professional experience, consultant para multiple automotive manufacturers, autor de definitive textbooks sobre internal combustion engine theory used in universities worldwide. Excuse me, había interrupted Dr. Chen politely. I'm Dr. Michael Chen desde Stanford. Carlos, I actually read your essay paper cuando fue published 2 años ago. Quite impressive work. Very sound thermodynamic analysis. Have you had opportunity to validate efficiency claims con independent testing? Carlos había brightened considerably having respected academic expert acknowledge his work. Yes, Professor Chen, great honor conocerlo. Sí, además de mi own testing con calibrated dyno paper fue peer-reviewed por 3 independent experts antes de publication, included complete test data showing fuel consumption measurements, precise hasta 3 decimal places, power output measurements, calculated thermal efficiency, todo documented según CE testing standards. Dr. Chen había nodded approvingly. Richard, había addressed Montgomery directly. I've examined this gentleman's technical paper thoroughly. Mathematics is sound, approach is innovative, results are credible, 46% thermal efficiency is remarkable achievement, represents significant advance over current production engines. Major manufacturers haven't adopted porque technology is only 2 años old, y corporate development cycles son extremely long. Pero science is valid. Richard había looked visibly uncomfortable, pero había persisted stubbornly. Even si efficiency claims son accurate, what practical value tiene? Este es tiny single-cylinder engine, useless para real applications. Anyone puede optimize small engine in laboratory conditions. Scale up a real automotive application, y problems multiply exponentially. Carlos había smiled confidently. Actually, I built second-generation 3-cylinder 1.5-liter version in 2021. Produces 120 horsepower continuous output, while maintaining 44% efficiency, suitable para mid-size sedan application. Could provide same performance como current 2.0-liter engines, pero consuming 30% less fuel. In typical vehicle achieving current 28 mpg combined, mi engine design would deliver approximately 36 mpg on same power performance. Además, había continued Carlos with growing confidence. Technology scales efficiently porque fundamental improvements apply equally a todos cylinder displacements. High compression ratio, stratified charge combustion, advanced thermal management work independently the engine size, actually easier implement in larger engines, debido a better surface-to-volume ratios, y more space para complex cooling passages. James Rodriguez, senior automotive journalist para Motor Trend magazine, quien había been taking detailed notes throughout exchange, había stepped closer with obvious interest. Carlos, esto sounds extremely promising breakthrough. Have any manufacturers expressed concrete interest in licensing technology commercially? Sí. Actually, several engineers desde major manufacturers han contacted after SAE presentation, including Toyota Advanced Engineering, Ford Research Division y Hyundai Motor Technical Center. Still in preliminary discussions porque patents pending on critical design elements, pero interest es genuine substantial. Also received inquiry desde specialty manufacturer de racing engines interested in high-performance applications where efficiency improvements could provide competitive advantage. Richard había been growing increasingly agitated, visibly seeing Carlos gain credibility respect con cada articulate response. Había decided attempt different angle de attack. Even si technology has some merit, exhibition como este es completely inappropriate venue. Este es elegant gala para collectors appreciating historical automotive artistry, no trade show para mechanics promoting business ventures. Your presence here diminishes prestige the entire evento. Dr. Chen había responded immediately before Carlos could speak. Actually, Richard, I find this highly appropriate and inspiring. Automotive engineering advances worthy the appreciation equal a historical vehicles. Some of the greatest innovations in automotive history came desde independent innovators working in small shops, brilliant engineers como Harry Miller revolutionizing engine design en 1920s, legendary Smokey Yunick developing revolutionary ideas en 1930s. Carlos represents same spirit de innovation que drove automotive progress. Besides, había de journalist Rodriguez enthusiastically. Readers absolutely love stories de breakthrough innovations, especially cuando developed por individuals rather than massive corporate teams con unlimited budgets. Este tipo de story inspires young people pursue engineering careers. Much more relevant than another article about millionaires buying expensive toys. Conversation había attracted additional attendees gradually. Circle había grown a approximately 30 people, including several other serious collectors, 2 more professional journalists, museum curator quien había personally organized the event. Atmosphere había shifted noticeably desde initial skepticism toward genuine interest y respectful technical discussion. Margaret Wellington, prominent collector de vintage Porsches y only woman present in discussion, había examined the engine display carefully. Entonces addressed Carlos professionally. I have engineering degree myself desde UC Berkeley, though I work primarily in finance now. Your combustion chamber design appears quite sophisticated and innovative. How did you determine optimal geometry specifications? Carlos había appreciated genuine technical question. Used computational fluid dynamics simulation analyzing detailed flame propagation patterns. Key insight fue creating rich fuel mixture in center donde spark plug initiates combustion, surrounded por progressively leaner mixture toward cylinder walls. Rich core ensures reliable ignition y complete combustion. Lean outer regions reduce heat loss a cylinder walls mientras contributing additional oxygen para completing combustion de unburned hydrocarbons. Required over 40 CFD iteration optimizing precise geometry. Fascinating approach. Había responded Margaret thoughtfully. Most people don't realize combustion engineering complexity involved. What about durability testing? High compression ratios typically create significant reliability challenges long term. Major concern initially. Había acknowledged Carlos. Addressed mediante several design features. Titanium connecting rods reduce stress concentration in crankshaft. Ceramic coating and piston crown resists heat damage. Synthetic oil specifically formulated para high-pressure environments. Enhanced bearing design distributes loads more evenly throughout operating range. Run continuous testing durante 500 hours at full rated power output sin measurable wear patterns. Museum curator Timothy Morrison había been listening intently throughout discussion. Había stepped forward with obvious enthusiasm. Carlos, esta conversation highlights exactly why museum invited you participate tonight. Innovation y tradition complement each other perfectly. Historical vehicles in our collection represent cutting-edge innovations de their respective time periods. Cuando fueron initially introduced, many were equally revolutionary controversial. Your work represents direct continuation de automotive innovation tradition. Actually, había continuado Morrison con visible excitement. I'd like propose something significant. Would you consider donating this prototype engine a museum's permanent collection? We could create comprehensive educational display explaining thermodynamic principles, showing detailed cutaway views the internal components, maybe even interactive demonstration. Would inspire students y visitors appreciate complex engineering behind automotive technology. Carlos había been genuinely surprised por generous offer. I'm deeply honored por suggestion, pero este engine represents 5 años de intensive work y approximately $60,000 de personal investment. Would need consider implications carefully. Of course we'd provide appropriate fair compensation. Había clarified Morrison immediately. Museum budget includes acquisition fund para significant historical pieces. Board would need formal approval, pero preliminary estimate would be $25,000 plus prominent display recognition como donor, professional photography para museum archives, y inclusion in museum's educational materials nationwide. Richard Montgomery había been watching entire exchange con growing frustration y embarrassment. His calculated attempt para publicly humiliate Carlos había backfired spectacularly. Respected experts estaban validating work enthusiastically. Journalists estaban genuinely interested in a story. Curator estaba offering prestigious museum acquisition. Carlos estaba gaining exactly recognition y credibility que Richard había maliciously intended para deny prevent. This is absolutely ridiculous. Había exploded Richard loudly drawing attention. Inventories conduct thorough background checks. Attendees specifically para avoid situations como esta inappropriate. How did random mechanics get access a exclusive collector gala? Este supposed ser sophisticated networking entre serious collectors, no science fair para amateur inventors. Timothy Morrison había addressed Richard's complaint directly con firmness. Actually, Richard, Carlos was personally invited after extensive vetting process. Museum received his detailed application including complete credentials, carefully reviewed his published technical paper, consulted con Stanford Engineering faculty, including Dr. Chen, aquí presente quien provided strong recommendation. Board approved invitation unanimously recognizing unique innovation worthy the showcasing. Event includes not only collectors, pero también industry innovators, journalists, educational advocates, represents diversity the entire automotive community. Furthermore, había continued Morrison assertively, Museum's mission statement specifically emphasizes education y inspiration sobre automotive technology advancement, no exclusively collecting expensive objects para display. Carlos's innovative work embodies exactly kind of engineering advancement we want to promote among young people considering technical careers. Dr. Chen había added supportively, Richard, I understand collecting valuable vehicles brings personal satisfaction, pero advancing automotive technology provides tangible benefits to entire society. More efficient engines, reduce fuel consumption nationwide, lower harmful emissions, reduce dependence in foreign oil imports. Carlos's innovation potentially impacts millions of people positively. That deserves recognition, equal to any restored Ferrari. James Rodriguez había been typing notes rapidly in smartphone, había looked up meaningfully. Richard, I'm writing comprehensive feature article about tonight's event para next month's Motor Trend issue. Would you prefer story focus and impressive technical innovation developed por working engineer, or story about wealthy collector attempting a publicly humiliate innovator? Implied threat había been unmistakably clear. Richard había realized his behavior estaba being documented por journalist de major automotive publication. Continued antagonism could result in embarrassing public exposure. Había decided attempt a graceful retreat. Obviously, I respect genuine technical achievement. Cuando properly validated, había sido stiffly. Simply wanted ensure claims were legitimate, dado unusual venue circumstances. If Stanford faculty automotive journalists vouch para credibility, I withdraw objections. Carlos había demonstrated remarkable grace bajo pressure. No hard feelings whatsoever, Mr. Montgomery. Appreciate healthy skepticism. Represents good scientific attitude. If ever interested in seeing detailed test data, or want technical discussion about thermodynamic principles, happy to share information. Always enjoy talking con fellow automotive enthusiasts. Exchange había concluded con Carlos clearly vindicated triumphant. Richard effectively silenced embarrassed. A growing crowd de interested observers, asking detailed technical questions about engine design innovation, manufacturing process, future development plans. Chen había remained talking extensively con Carlos durante additional 30 minutes, discussing potential collaboration opportunities, including possible Stanford research partnership, introduction of venture capital firms, specializing in automotive technology, valuable connections con engineers at Tesla, interested in efficiency improvements para next-generation electric vehicle development. Margaret Wellington había exchanged contact information, offering introduction a her extensive network de investors specifically interested in automotive innovation. Several collectors había expressed serious interest in potential applications para vintage vehicle restorations, donde improved efficiency could provide modern performance characteristics sin compromising historical authenticity. Timothy Morrison había scheduled formal follow-up meeting para discussing museum acquisition details, plus potential lecture series, donde Carlos could present work a public audiences. James Rodriguez había conducted detailed interview para Motor Trend feature article. Professional photographer había taken high-quality images de engine display. Carlos demonstrating technical components, interactions con enthusiastic event attendees. Evening había concluded successfully con Carlos surrounded por enthusiastic supporters, numerous business cards exchanged, multiple future opportunities identified, professional reputation solidly established entre influential automotive community. Following week, comprehensive Motor Trend article había been published con prominent headline, Revolutionary engine design developed por working mechanic achieves 46% of thermal efficiency, featuring 4 full pages de technical explanation, extensive interview quotes, professional photography. Article había been shared thousands of times in social media platforms generating substantial additional interest. Within single month, Carlos había received serious inquiries desde multiple automotive manufacturers, venture capital firms, prestigious research institutions, potential licensing partners. Toyota Research Division había initiated formal discussions about incorporating technology in next-generation Prius, achieving potentially 50 km/h combined rating.
Stanford había offered collaborative research arrangement, providing access to advanced testing facilities, graduate student researchers, potential path of PhD degree completion, por Carlos enabling transition back a research career. Venture capital firm, specializing in automotive technology, había proposed substantial investment de $2 million para establishing dedicated R&D facility, developing additional engine innovations, scaling up manufacturing capability, pursuing regulatory approval para automotive applications. Carlos había accepted Stanford collaboration enthusiastically, declining the investment temporarily, preferring maintain control de technology development durante critical refinement phase. Había contracted patent attorney especializado en automotive intellectual property, ensuring comprehensive protection de innovations antes de potential licensing deals. 6 months después de humiliating Peterson Museum confrontation, Carlos había been invited a present prestigious keynote lecture in SAE World Congress, most important automotive engineering conference globally, speaking a audience de 5,000 engineers, including executives desde major manufacturers worldwide. Lecture había been received enthusiastically, con standing ovation, multiple follow-up meetings, scheduled con manufacturer representatives, interested in licensing technology, extensive automotive press coverage, había been generated including feature articles in Road and Track, Automobile magazine, interviews and popular automotive podcasts. 1 year after initial public humiliation by Richard Montgomery, Carlos había become globally recognized como leading innovator in engine efficiency technology, consulting retainer agreements con 3 major manufacturers, generating annual income de $200 million, while maintaining ownership de core intellectual property, potential licensing revenues, estimated conservatively, in tens of millions over coming decade. Personal satisfaction had been even greater than substantial financial success. Public demonstration que innovative engineering could be accomplished per individual working independently, con limited resources, validation de years de late-night work, y financial sacrifice, recognition among professional peer engineers worldwide, opportunity to contribute significantly to automotive industry advancement.
Carlos había purchased building housing his repair shop, expanded substantially include dedicated R&D facility, hired 3 additional skilled mechanics plus 2 engineering graduates para assisting con ongoing research, established formal company Reyes Advanced Engines, positioned to become industry leader in high-efficiency engine technology. Marriage con Linda había strengthened considerably through shared success, chronic financial stress finally eliminated, children había gained tremendous pride in father's remarkable achievement, son había decided pursue mechanical engineering degree inspired por father's example, daughter había developed serious interest in automotive design. 5 years después de dramatic confrontation in Peterson Museum, Carlos Reyes había become household name among automotive enthusiasts worldwide. Revolutionary technology había been successfully licensed por Toyota, Ford y Hyundai para implementation in production vehicle starting 2027 model year. Projected fuel economy improvements de 25% across multiple vehicle models affecting millions de consumers. Richard Montgomery había never publicly acknowledged this error judgment, pero privately había contacted Carlos through mutual intermediary offering sincere apology y substantial investment opportunity en Reyes Advanced Engines. Investment offer había been politely declined. Carlos había established comprehensive scholarship fund en Cal State LA supporting low-income students pursuing engineering degrees, annually provided valuable internships to promising students, frequently spoke at high schools encouraging young people consider technical careers regardless the economic background. Engine efficiency technology había achieved exactly positive impact. Carlos había originally envisioned millions de vehicles consuming substantially less fossil fuel, significantly reduced emissions benefiting global environment, reduced dependence on foreign oil imports strengthening national energy security, advancement de thermodynamic understanding inspiring next generation de engineering innovations. Legacy extended far beyond technical achievement alone, powerful demonstration que innovation could emerge desde anywhere, regardless de social status, validation de importance de combining practical experience con theoretical knowledge, proof que persistent dedication could overcome seemingly insurmountable economic y social obstacles. Inspiring story, había been featured in documentary film, multiple books written became standard case study in engineering schools worldwide, illustrating importance de not judging innovations basándose en source, pero en scientific merit, encouraging students pursue independent research alongside traditional academic paths. Carlos Reyes, humble neighborhood mechanic que revolutionized global automotive industry, y ese legado transformador vivirá eternamente.